This math quiz. I don't know any of it. Assessment 18. I'm surely going to fail it. Hey guys, did you know we have a math quiz tomorrow?
Wait, we have a math quiz?
Yeah, I know some things.
I mean, I know inverse graphs.
Dude, I know inverse equations and f times g, but I don't know how to add or divide that.
Well, I know how to add or divide that. Well, but I don't really know the graphs.
I kind of know the graphs, so I can help you with that.
Okay. Well, should we all just collaborate and try and get the A?
Yeah, let's
Go for it.
Alright.
Man, I don't know how to do domain and range.
Man, I got you. Let's go right now. Alright, the first thing you have to do is you have to graph x minus 2 cubed plus 3. Alright. Alright, now domain is the x value, which is left to right. So this one's going down, so that's negative infinity. This one's going to the right, so that's positive infinity. And the range is the y value, which is up and down. So this side's going down, that's negative infinity. And this side's going up, so that's positive infinity. But I don't know how to do this.
I got you. Don't worry.
So how do you do this one?
Let me show you. So when you have to find f of x plus gx, you combine the numbers together. So as you can see, between the two numbers, we only have x to the second once. So we'll keep that. Now also, looking for another variable, we have minus 3x. We don't have it here, so we're going to keep that too. Now, when you're combining the two together, in addition, we can see that we have 7 and 2, which are whole numbers. And we can combine those together to equal 9. Now, you can't factor down anymore, so this is your final answer.
How do we find this one?
Come here, I'll show you. So when we have to find f of x divided by g of x, we simply just put the two numbers just as it shows here. So right now, we have 2x to the second plus 7x plus 3. And then g of x is x plus 3. So we'll put that at the bottom, just like it says here. Now, with this problem, we can see that the numerator can be factored out. So let's try and factor it out. So, to start off, we have to multiply 3 times 2, because the 2 is in front of the x. So, whenever you do a factor like this, you multiply and find that this is 6, and then the middle number is going to be what it adds up to. So as your teacher may have stated, sits in 1 and sits in 1. 6 times 1 is positive 6, and 6 plus 1 is positive 7. So let's put that in. X plus 6, and x plus 1. All over x plus 3. Now wait, we're not done yet. Remember how we had to multiply 3 times the 2x? We can't forget about that. So what we're going to do is divide each of these by the 2, because we multiplied from the start. So divide this by the 2, divide this by the 2. Now this is easy. X plus 6 divided by 2, that equals x plus 3. Now this one is difficult. You can't have 0.5 or a fraction. So what we're going to do is put the 2 right in front of this x. All over, can't forget your denominator, x plus 3. Now something's pretty cool here. We see that these two are the same. And you know what that means. Let's cross them out. So your final answer will just be this number left over.
So how do you do inverse equations?
Oh, it's pretty simple. So f of x, as we all know, is also y. So we have y equals x squared minus 3. Alright? Now, when you're doing inverse equations, you have to switch the x and the y. So really, we have x equals y squared minus 3. Alright, now we're trying to get y alone. So we're going to add 3. So we have x plus 3 equals y squared. Alright, and to get rid of the square, we have to do square root. So we have y squared to square root. And then we do the same thing on this side. So we have x plus 3 square root. So our final answer will be x plus 3 square root equals y. That's it.
Well, I'm confused on how to do this one.
This one's pretty simple. I've got a trick for you. Alright? So when you have f times g sub x, you're going to replace the g sub x with the x and the f. Alright? So we have x squared. Alright? So for the x, we're going to put a parentheses, and then we're going to square that. Alright? And then all you have to do is plug in g. So we have x plus 2. So your answer is x plus 2 squared. 1.
Hey, sir, can you help me out with this one?
Well, yeah, all you have to do is you have to find the inverse of the following relation. So, you're switching the y values and putting them in the x values, and you're switching x values to the y. So, for example, for 2 and 3, it would become 3 and 2. Always keep the sign, never change the sign. So in this case, it would still stay negative 1 and 8. Then 3 and 11 and 9 and 13. And that's it.
Hey, sir, lastly, can you show me this one?
Well, to find the inverse, first you have to work out the problem. So y equals x cubed plus 4. But since it's inverse, you always have to flip them. So it would become x equals y cubed plus 4. And then you have to subtract 4 to both sides, not just one. So then it would become x minus 4 equals y cubed. But you're not done yet. You have to cube root each side. So it would be cube root y to the third power and cube root x minus 4. But to get it stayed as y, to just get y, you have to take away the cube root. So it's just x minus 4 cube root equals y. So once I put this in the calculator, it becomes as you can see on there, C would be the best option.
Alright, man. Now that we know what we're going to be doing for quiz 18, we're ready. Start working on our bodies.
Let's do it.
Go. I don't know any of this. We have a math quiz, and I don't know any of it. I'm gonna fail it. Oh man, I don't know any of this. Assessment 18 tomorrow. Alright, I'm surely gonna fail. Guys, did you know what a math quiz was?